Hi everyone, welcome to Sound and Fairy Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I am doing a book tour, library tour of my office because I am getting some new shelving here and so it's going to change. So I thought it'd be fun. This is just going to be a brief overview. It's not going to be like every single book by book. Someday I'll do one of those, but it'll probably take a million years. So hopefully the audio is not too bad because I am using my phone here because I'm not going to explain my setup to you. Anyway, so my library as it currently stands is also my office. So I've got one shelf over here, and if we spin, I have another full shelf over here that you guys never see in my videos. That's my not science fiction shelf, I guess you could say, and then on this side, woo, is my sci-fi, but also other stuff. So I'll just do a quick shelf by shelf. So at the very top, along with my kids' art, is just like my kind of school books, you know, like my old English literature books. Here we have a very sad fantasy shelf. A lot of the fantasy, so I read a lot of fantasy when I was a teenager and like a young adult, and then I kind of drifted off for a while, and I'm just now getting right back into it. So I have like a kind of ramshackle collection. A lot of the books that I read were like my dad's when I was a kid, or they were like from the library, so I don't have a ton, so my collection is growing, as you can see. Also, sci-fi or fantasy books are massive, so yeah. Now here, sorry to get to. So here are my classic sci-fi fantasies. This is double stacked, meaning you can see like it goes all the way back here. There's a lot of them. I probably won't actually touch these. They actually go all the way to the bottom here. I have them organized in a kind of a fashion, but nothing that good. So that's probably going to change a little bit. Up here we have the start of my actual sci-fi shelf. So it all goes in alphabetical order by author, and it's all sci-fi. Everything down here is sci-fi, and then Stephen King. And then at the bottom are my favorite classic sci-fis. So you can see here, whatever. I'm not going to go through book by book. And then Jeff Vandermeer, of course. The very bottom is a bunch of like nonfiction and like adult coloring books and like kind of random tall books because they don't fit anywhere else. Also, my dad's hardcover Robert Jordan books are in there, so those are going to get reorganized. So what mainly is going to happen here is this giant filing cabinet with all my stickers on it is going away, and I'm going to get a little mini filing cabinet. That means that my TBR here will have to go somewhere, and what I'm going to get is these Billy bookshelves. I'm going to get one split in half, so two Billy bookshelves in like a corner unit. So it's going to be a whole other shelf. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put kind of like my favorite books that I want showcased in my videos, because if you watch my videos, you know that this filing cabinet is always in the background. So I might put my favorite books there, then reorganize it. I might put my Oxford Classics here. I might put them there too because they look so nice. We shall see. So next time, in 2 minutes, you're going to see the difference because I will have purchased the shelves and I will have filled them. That should have been self-explanatory, but yeah, I'm used to using point forward notes and I'm winging it here, so we'll see. So yeah, here comes the magic. So now I have new shelving. So I've reorganized everything. So I used to have in that corner there, I used to have all my fantasy books. So I have merged them into my sci-fi shelf. So now I've got this huge sci-fi shelf. I still have my messy classic sci-fi, which is fine. They'll always stay messy. But now I have these beautiful side shelves. So next time you see me do a video, I will have some lovely shelves behind me instead of a filing cabinet. So what do I have on these shelves? I have all of my favorite sci-fi fantasy books. So I've got all of these. I've got, some here. I've got my Sea of Rust. I've got my Sally and the Laneys. I've got The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, but only the first one because I'm not super... The other three I really liked, but I don't like them enough to put them on the shelf. I've got my, Essa Hansen. I've got my Along the Razor's Edge by Rob J. Hayes, which I really loved last year. I've got all of my Space Captain Smith books, which is a really funny series that I really like. Oh, some coughing in the background there. I've got Tenlo and my Cameron Hurleys and Under Fortunate Stars from last year. I've got my Tanya Huff space, military sci-fi. I have got Fifth Season. I've got some Tea Kingfishers. I've got a couple other ones here. I've got, Gideon the Ninth. And then I have Stringers, of course. I have Battle Royale, which I really like. I have my Jeff Vandermeers. I have Chilling Effect. And I've got a duology here by Alex Wells, Hunger Makes the Wolf, which is really cool. And then we have the middle section here. So These are my non-sci-fi kind of favorite novels. So we've got this book S by J.J. Abrams, which I really like. It's a really cool, like kind of like mimetic, like 3 stories in one with there's like writing on the margins and stuff. It's a really cool book. I really liked it. I've got Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, which I talk about all the time, so obviously it's a favorite. My selected poems from Auden, because Auden is my favorite poet. I've also got T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, obviously, because one of my favorite poems. I have a line of it on my back, tattooed. Then I have The Master and Margarita by Bulgakov, House of Leaves, You Shall Know Velocity by Dave Eggers, Sound and the Fury, of course, given this is Sound and Fury book reviews. Thomas Hardy, Jude the Obscure, which is not my favorite Thomas Hardy, actually. It's far from the Maddie Crowd, but I decided not to put my Oxford Classics in here. So that's why this one is up here, because I want to leave the Oxford Classics together in the set. And then I've got my Ernest Hemingway, Farewell to Arms. I've got Old Rendering Plant. I've got The Road. I've got Iris Murdoch's A Unicorn, which doesn't have the writing on the spine for some reason. And I have The Minotaur Takes a Cigarette Break, which is a really weird book that I really like, that maybe I'll talk about sometime on the channel. Maybe I'll do a reread. And then Sarah Waters' Fingersmith, which I absolutely adore. And then, of course, we have the Jurassic Park shelf, which is just Jurassic Park, the folio editions. And then we have my favorite classic sci-fis. So these are pretty self-explanatory. They are classic sci-fi that I really, really like, that aren't part of the massive stack there, because I really like these ones. If there's a fire, I will scoop them up. Yeah, so that's basically my shelving. It's really nice because I have space now to like build onto it. I kind of put all my Stephen King's in one spot, but I actually have like gaps. I'm trying to, so like there's space here. I can add more stuff. And then my other shelving as well, I moved some stuff over. I made a TBR shelf on the other side. And so I'm really happy about this shelf. Maybe I will do a full-on book tour, library. Maybe I'll do a full-on library tour at some point. But for now, I think this is pretty good. So next video, you will see all of these in the background. So that'll be really fun.